actually.
Yeah, it's Zeus that drops it for him. That is really sick. It makes you think about the old strats where Nip were like buying 2 Kevlars and having 2 guys drop P250s for those guys. Like that. Oh, actually, no, it's Fiflarin who would drop 2 P250s for 2 guys holding Kevlar. But okay, you know, there are different pistol strats, and I'm glad to see Navi changing it up a little bit. Seized will be a menace if he has the Kevlar, but then he just gets face shot by Dennis point blank, and all of our lovely speculation is kind of for naught, Anders.
That's such a shame. So much investment going into that one play. And look at Dennis here. Double kill. Gonna take down Guardian as well. Zeus, man, this is gonna be hot. He will take down the one. Flashbangs raining through, and he's playing at the edge of the smoke, doing some damage to Speedy, who's coming right through. Zeus will pick up another kill. Tries to escape. Not gonna make it. Crystal will find him, but Starix with a clean headshot before he goes down. So Penta gonna win the pistol, and disaster strikes for Na'Vi. That looked like they could have brought it back, but those 2 opening kills from Dennis, just a little bit too much to handle.
And yeah, Seized getting caught. Exactly, the 2 entries from Dennis. I mean, Zeus did the best that he could there, and he actually did kind of bring it back their way. Not a whole lot to be said apart from just quick reactions from Penta, making sure that Navi couldn't get comfortable. Once they had the opening, they just kept pressing. They kept the pressure up. And that's exactly what had to happen there to secure that first round. And look at that now. Penta, they get their start. They manage to pick up the pistol, and that's what we're always talking about on Nuke. You know, if you lose the knife round, then it is just paramount that you pick up the pistol and start getting rounds on the board early as T-side. Because once Navi have guns in their hands, once Guardian gets that op, you're going to be very sad.
They have a cool little trap here outside with Guardian with the Scout, but they have Edward waiting with the Deagle down in secret as well, and he could move up at any point. And they actually have a third man here, Zeus, so there's a lot of stuff going on out in the courtyard, but none of it has really made anything work for Navi yet. This Guardian is already low on health, and he nearly gets tagged. Dennis looked like he was trying to shoot for the wall then. That was very interesting. In fact, there's going to be a thread, or at least a couple of them around that one. I think he was just reacting to the sound of Edward shooting with the Deagle. And second round here, 40 seconds left. Look at how slow Penta are playing.
Yeah, they're really taking their time, aren't they? They just don't want to run into any of these lurkers. Sees at 75 up close with the 5-7. There you go. Zeus and C's picking up 2 kills. Dennis lurking in Garage, however, will pick off Edward. We're into a 3-on-3 now. Crystal going to hunt down the last man here on the A site. Seized is gone. And with 20 seconds left, it looks like Penta will be able to finally get a bomb plant. Only problem here is that they don't know where Starix is, and they need to be checking this angle perfectly here. Dennis, is he going to look right? He needs to check the corner, the main, and there you go. Starix walks in and just assassinates him.
Oh, and the plant going through. Crystal actually stopped that for a moment. I think Starix, if he heard that, could have been a little bit interesting. Starix now walking out. He nearly gets a Crystal on 1 health. Oh, no. Is this real life? He gets a triple kill Crystal and survives on a single point of health to win the second round for Penta. Navi almost making that work.
And there might be some grumblings there on Navi's side after that. That is so close not to be able to pick that up. I mean, and look at the reaction that this prompts out of Navi. They realize just how low Penta must be on their money. They realize how much damage they've done, so they go for a full force buy here. That's what they were able to do with pistols versus rifles. Let's go again. Now we're gonna have some nades, and we even have a FAMAS for Edward. Navi want to get control of this map early here in this half.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't really blame them, but it's a big risk. Dennis lands that shot on Guardian, and Strux is going to take down Zeus. That looked ridiculous. Dennis hitting some crazy kills here. Edward and Seized going to be left 2v5.
What? I saw it too, man. That was a sick kill from Dennis. That was a thing of beauty. And they just catch Starks pushing from radio as well. Seized walks right out into the open, and Crystal is lurking there just waiting for him. And now it's Edward on the lower site. He knows where they're going as well. He can hear them stepping around on that upper site. The question is whether you can actually get anything done 1v5. The answer is not likely. It looks like he's just going to be backing off. Maybe looking to see if he can't catch somebody out.
Right, so now instead of Navi potentially, you know, cutting off Penta before they even really start to grow, they've just added a lot more to the fire here. This is going to be Penta probably at 4-1, or sorry, 4-0 before Navi can start to realistically buy again. That's too much, actually. Like, I understand what Navi is trying to go for, but that's such a big risk. You could be gambling almost the entire map just by doing that. It's a little bit scary.
Early on in the half, and now because of this perfect round as well, Penta haven't lost anybody, unless Edward here catches somebody, you know, getting greedy around ramp. I mean, this is going to be now another opportunity here for Penta in the 4th round to just generate some money, and they should be able to buy in the next... Oh, come on, Strux. That's sloppy.
Did he just get not far enough away?
Yeah, he had 16 HP, and he didn't get far enough away. That is actually really sloppy, Strux. You could have had a perfect round there. But regardless, even if they were to lose this one, they should have enough money to buy in the next... Or rather, they should be able to farm enough money in this round, Penta, to be able to have a little bit of a cushion once NaVi have rifles and if NaVi win their second buy round.
Yeah. I mean, they have the one from us with armor here on Edward. Maybe that's going to save them. That would be huge. But look at Penta not slowing down. They're going to run in through Squeak every single one. Sue's going to go down. And, well, he's the only one in the bomb site. So Penta, they take the A bomb site within the first 7 seconds of the round or something like that. Oh, my God. That's incredible.
Yeah, C's just kind of up here. He's like a gargoyle, man. He's like, I'm not going to move. If I move, they'll spot me. He's covering main. This is actually a clever angle here from Seized.
Yeah, they're just looking for those exit frags, and what else could they do?
Yeah, there isn't a whole lot, right? I mean, Edward actually should be the only guy backing off right now. I mean, granted, he's going to be able to buy up next round, so he could try and take a risk and get them to spend some money. There you go. He manages to get the drop on one man, takes the AK as well. Strux is in here, gets the spray down, but Edward is there to save the day, gets his second kill. He's finally going to get pinned down, but he's done the damage. He's actually done a fantastic job. Edward, he's going to buy up in the next round, so he keeps the pressure on. Oh! And another one from Seized. That is actually terrific for NaVi. The fact that they get Penta to spend so much money this round.
That is really huge. You're absolutely right. I didn't think Seized was going to make that because I saw him slowing down, and then I thought, no, right, he's just not going to... He's going to wait for someone to come. A crystal hid in the corner and still was going to get found there. Guardian has just enough for an AWP kit and a couple of grenades here, so that's good news on his part. But the rest of Penta, look at this. Are they going to go aggressive again? Yes, they will. Try and rush in through hot. Every single one sees this up here. Gonna jump down. Zeus as well, and Edward. Everyone chiming in, and gonna shut this one completely down. Next 1v4. Not a lot that Penta could do this round. It actually looked like they had the timing perfect, but NaVi, they had enough members in the bomb site to make that work.
Now, is this the counter mind game that comes out next? They totally won't expect us to go A again, right? Eco round as well from Penta. I'm wondering if they decide to change it up and decide to go to a different site now, or if they just keep going. Because right now they could just cross their fingers again. Look at this. They pick up a few nades. They have the Tech 9s. You're up close on that A site in general, so you could actually pick up an early frag if they decide to go for it. But this time around, they are going to spread out. And Guardian, he picks up his first frag here, takes out Dennis in the yard.
Always a good feeling. Stopping those Tech 9s at range before they get close and they become really painful. Seized could have gone down then, but he takes out Crystal, and oh, Nex is going to find him. Zeus dropping Speedy upstairs, and Struxy's going to follow. So now they know roughly where Nex is. The thing is, he does have the bomb, so I'm not sure why he's not just trying to smoke up and plant and B bomb site. I mean, Starix was down here, but maybe he could have taken the fight. I don't know. Edward was there as well, I think. So maybe he was just too boxed in to make that work.
Yeah, I think that was a little awkward, right? I mean, he had the bomb, you're right, but yeah, it wasn't going to happen. I think one of them got kind of lost in the smoke there and wound up walking out onto, was it Zeus, who's holding it main for NaVi?
Yeah,
so I mean,
like
that was a little awkward there for Penta, but, you know, kind of just brush that off at this point because now you've got a serious buy round on your hands. And this is a big opportunity to rock NaVi because NaVi have just spent a lot of money getting upgraded in this round here. So if you can shut them down, this would make a big difference for Penta. That could put them up at 5 rounds, which would be great for them at the beginning of this half.
Yeah, they've already got such a strong start. Any more tipping in their favor, it's going to be really rough, I think. And there's Guardian opening up, taking down Speedy, smoking off and falling back. And then Starix is also going to fall back. I thought that might have been a bit of a mind game, but nope. They're going to play it safe, both of them. Next, his shoe's a little bit on fire, but out in the courtyard, look at where Edward is, Semler.
Yeah, he's got the full-on lurk going. Waiting behind T-Red. Dennis has got his knife out. Dennis has still got his knife out. And oh man, the flashes were good because Dennis was a dead man otherwise. Edward was perfectly poised to take him out.
Yeah, that looked like it should have been a kill, but he couldn't see a thing. Crystal, nice reactions to take down Zeus, and it's all up to Guardian and Starix here. 2v4. Starix going to go hide in Toxic, saying, Guardian, you're on your own. I can't deal with this pressure any longer. Just leave me alone. And you'll have to take care of this business.
Dennis. And Dennis is kind of just peeking there. Not really sure about that, but he does get confirmation. They know that he's behind, and a great headshot there from Nex. Coming around the corner, takes Guardian's head clean off. That's the op down, and with 14 seconds left on this in this round, they're going to be able to get the bomb plant here, Penta. And Starix, you know, it's not there, bro. Just don't even bother. Crystal is lurking in the vents, though. Might have heard the doors. Not quite sure.
Right. A bit disappointing Starix didn't go for the wallbang, actually, because it's not the hardest spot in the world to know where to wallbang at. Yeah, so he could have tried something like that. I think it's like right around this. Yeah, so you can kind of use the lamp to actually make it work on, but I guess he wasn't feeling that brave. Yeah, it is right sort of left of the lamp if you look straight up. Regardless, Starix is gonna pick up 2 kills in the round, and we'll try and make it out of there. Next, last man standing, and no one gonna die to the bomb either. So great round, great execution from Penta, and obviously Starix wasn't trying to leave Guardian alone. I was just trying to be funny there. Really, that play from Starix is something that we've seen a lot from Titan in the past, where you kind of initially try and guess if it's going to end up being a B push, and then if it is, that toxic position can end up being saving your whole team basically.
Yeah, absolutely. It allows you to focus on that upper site, because that guy in toxic should, all things going according to plan, should be at least be able to cancel the bomb plant, right? So you can have just your focus on upper site, get the defense up there. This time around, it didn't play out. Guardian, however, is going to catch Spitty going through Squeak Door. Dennis looking for the click back onto Guardian, but he's not going to get it. He just ends up tagging him a little bit, and that's not enough. Right now, Penta down a man. So NaVi have control in this round, and it looks like Penta, they want to change it up. They're going to go pay Starix a visit.
Right, and if NaVi lose this round, then the whole first half is essentially a lost cause. So they really got to make sure that they don't do that. This is now their time to step it up and make this whole first half 10-5 in their favor. Shot Penta out of it before the Germans get too much of a momentum going. Starix could have gotten his face taken off. Next, pushing up, and Guardian misses the shot right there. Starix taking the fight, and Next burns alive at the end. Edward also moving close here, but this is looking good for NaVi. 2 entry frags going to them.
Yeah, and the damage done to Starix, but he's still alive, and that's all that matters at this point. Edward is rotated in. He's got a very nice little angle here as well, holding behind these the yellow silos. Double entry, though, brings it right back, but they have no idea that Edward is here. He picks off Dennis mid-air and steps in to take the bomb carrier Strux. That leaves Zeus alone on the upper side to pick up their last remaining frag, but that was a sick hold there by Edward. That's pretty much exactly what had to happen. NaVi, they give up 2 frags. It's not the end of the world because Edward is there to save the day.
Yeah, that was really cool. Mid-air as well, as you said. Definitely very nice. And Edward also saved the AWP, so into the 9th round, Penta are going to be ecoing once more. And it's not like NaVi have a lot of money, so they actually have to make a lot of this eco round, and or this anti-eco. And look at what Penta's got here. A lot of equipment, in spite of it being sort of I guess it's like an eco force up here.
Yeah, Zeus. Now they do have a bit of the crossfire up here on the upper side. And look at that. None of them actually going down onto the site itself. Everybody up on catwork for NaVi. Catwalk. So that was about as good as it gets for NaVi. And you're talking about them having to weather the storm, deal with this eco rush. That's exactly how it's supposed to go.
Wow, I thought that was going to be way more successful for the German side. It looked like they had some sort of mean plan waiting for NaVi, but they got shut down coming out of hut. And 10th round is coming up. NaVi with the chance to equalize the score. And we got to remind everyone, right now, Penta would be fine coming out of this first half with just 5 rounds. But if they can get more, then they're obviously going to try and do that.
Well, we're into the 10th round now. And it is going to be a hard eco here from Penta. So Penta not willing to risk it. I like this. They realize as well, you know, we already have 5 rounds. We don't need to take any silly risks with the money. We can take our time with this, give them another round, that's not a problem, so that we can get a full buy, maybe give Crystal that AWP, see if he can't go to work on the map with it. That would be big. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in the 11th round, because this is pretty much going to be a standard anti-eco out of NaVi. They're only dealing with Glocks, so they really shouldn't lose anybody to this.
No, they had some good grenades actually being thrown from Catwalk inside by Zeus then. That was actually kind of interesting. I want to see more of that. That was some slight evidence right there. Subtle, but still convincing that now we've actually put a little bit of work into playing this this map. Just a little bit, maybe. Crystal walking around. Gonna get found out there. C's taking him out. Dennis and Struxy left, and I'm not sure there's a lot that they could do at this point in time, but they will try and group up, see if they can't find a kill, and they're gonna Glock down Edward. Man, he's gonna be so mad.
I would be mad too. Why was that, like, double headshot to the face?
Yeah. Really
I like
annoying.
C's, though. C's was going full Hollywood right there. Just jumping off the side of the balcony. He lands on the hut, and as his feet touch the ground, bam, he's taking out one guy. Yeah, C's was going very explosive round there for him. But, okay, that's a bit of a confidence builder for NaVi as well. Even if they lose Edward, they're like, okay, that was an eco. We still got the damage in. We still managed to land our shots with success. So, let's see how they handle it here. And I am kind of wondering what Penta are going for here, not giving Crystal an AWP. It's just like, let him take the fight versus Guardian.
Maybe. Maybe they're thinking, well, why not just ignore outside altogether? Starix, they're going to be able to kill Crystal, spraying through, not quite connecting. Yeah, you can see that caught C's attention. Just for a minute, he was like, wait a minute. Trying to wall bang through. Zeus gets found, and look at Struxy doing great work here. Starix going to get killed as well, and we're into a 3v3. Penta showing a little bit of promise, although Struxy is kind of low on health. They could do this. They could definitely do this.
It is open to them. If they go to the upper side, however, there are two players here, Seized and Edward, already in position on Cat. Third one is holding in ramp, but Seized is now in position to rotate back down lower as well. So they are prepared for this. Guardian holding at ramp with that AWP. Bungles the flash. But he's still going to be able to pick off the next man. There is no escape from Guardian. The G-Rex.
Oh,
he spotted movement, man. There was no getting away from him at that point.
You can see Dennis almost looked like he was terrified running away. Like, no! We wanted the spot where Guardian wasn't holding. C's going to find Strux as well. So it's going to be 6-5 here. And we're moving into the 12th round to figure out what Penta can put on the table. They really don't have the money. And maybe they could try and even it out and just buy like a couple of pistols. I think it's roughly what they're doing anyway. They have the round loss bonus soon enough to try and pick it up. Actually, yeah, this is going to be the 5th round they lose, so they're going to have a lot of money in the upcoming round.
Yeah, they're gonna be just fine. They have another few rounds basically. Even if they lose this next one, I mean, they should probably be able to buy up every round here in the half. So they're going to be able to keep the pressure up on NaVi. Now it's a question of whether NaVi can keep poised and keep their control of the situation. Not let, well, Crystal nearly kill off Guardian with the P250 from on top of Silo. Down to 6 HP Guardian. That was a bit too close. Definitely too scary there. But Edward looking for that last one, and there you go, as I say it.
Look at how... Oh, man. I don't want to hype it too much, but Edward, throughout his whole global offensive career, has had, like... Has he shown, like, just bits and pieces of what a star player he could be. And every time it happens, I want to say, like, oh, now it's happening, this is going to be it. This is going to be Edward's, return. And then, the rest of him with the rest of NaVi sort of seemed to cool down a little bit. But he was very cool outside in the courtyard, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, he looked unfazed to the fact that people were shooting at him, just like, I'm just going to do my job and kill all of you.
Yeah, just peeking as well. But look, now Crystal has that AWP. So Penta, this is how they're changing it up. Did he spot? He did! What? How does that wallbang not do any damage?
I don't know.
Through 2 layers of glass, that looked like it was a given.
Well, I'll tell you exactly how it didn't do any damage, because simply because of the angle. What determines whether or not you can shoot through is, I mean, I know you know this, Summer, but for everyone else, is obviously the thickness of the material, what kind of material it is, what weapon you have, like how much penetration power it has, and then what angle you shoot at. And the angle part there was, I think, what killed it for Crystal. It was a great idea, because the fact that you can actually shoot through this whole building all the way across. Next, going to take down Starix. Starix did drop Crystal, but a really good trade for Penta. They'll take that any day of the week. And now look at this. They're all jumping down, but right on the other side. Edward. Silent Monster is waiting right by ramp here. He's going to take down Dennis. Goes for more quick double. Has a few bullets left, but he's going to get scoped by Speedy, who's now also going to be alone in a pretty awkward 1v2 where he's trapped inside here. Guardian will miss the shot, but it's still possible for Speedy to do this. Picks up the AWP. He's shuffling all the guns. He's going to miss that shot. One more try. Not going to hit it. And Zeus will take him down.
Yeah, very clean play there from Zeus at the end. 2 kills basically to save the day because he stopped the other man from getting out of vents and lending a hand to his teammate. So 2 on 2, but Penta overall just took way too much damage, and Edward's alert paid off huge basically. Him being able to just sit there and almost, if there was a door there, he would have slammed it in their face, basically. So
yeah,
that was a bit unfortunate there for Penta to run right into him. But it's not the end of the world. There's 2 rounds left in this half, and they have enough money to buy in this one. If they can get a plant in this round, they can still get a good shot in here to actually put a 6th round on the board.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's down to. If not, I think really only one of them can have like a reasonable buy. Guardian gonna pick off Crystal, but they are trying to get a little bit closer here. And Guardian playing at the edge of the smoke outside, gonna drop the bomb on Strux. And I'm not sure if you've realized, but Edwards definitely will. A little bit of a failed spray from Edward, actually, a really failed spray, but he'll get the kill regardless. And next is gonna be in a 1v5 here, so. Guardian doing a good job of shutting out Penta in these last couple of rounds. That's now 6 in a row. Sorry, make that 7 in a row for NaVi, which is what they needed. Again, NaVi are the team fighting behind in spite of being 4 rounds up.
Just pointing out that Guardian has gone for the pink D-pad skin. What was it, like 2 years without skins, and he goes for the pink D-pad op.
Yeah, well, he's got a knife and everything else. Well, we've managed to convert him.
Dude, he was like, it's a new year, it's a new Guardian.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm like, okay, Guardian, okay.
You're
caught up.
As long as he continues to AWP as well as he does, you know, it's fine by me. Could have a new Guardian just as long as he's also a little bit the same.
Oh, I should hope so, and I think NaVi are hoping the same thing. But at least from what he's shown us tonight, Overpass was a fantastic map for him. He dominated, and on Nuke, he's looking just as good right now out in the yard. And we're going to see if Penta can crack him this time.
Look at how smart this is. He's actually playing between the 2 smokes that were put up, but Penta aren't slowing down for it. They're going to run through anyway. That was a nice idea from Guardian, but he doesn't catch anyone doing it now. Hut is on fire, and Cease is going to go down. Zeus will follow as well. Edward inside gets dropped after getting a double kill, which is somewhat good news. NaVi now in a 2v2 versus Penta. And Nex and Speedy. Oh no, Nex goes down. Now it's all on Speedy. 1v2, and he realizes what Guardian is. He probably heard that squeak door as well, and not going to be enough. Starix will drop him, and that's going to be the last round of the half in favor of NaVi, which means Penta, well, 5 rounds. I mean, they should be really happy, but I think they could have got a lot more. They had a lot more rounds showing promise.
Oh, it was the beginning. It was the beginning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you get logged out as well?
I did just briefly get logged out. I'm sorry about that, guys.
Okay.
I'll get back in.
That's the beginning and the gamble, right, that we were talking about earlier on. So we haven't missed anything. We should be going live with the pistol any second now going into this second half, guys. So it did end up being 10-5, and a lot of that came from... Basically, it illustrated how important the pistol round is if you get T-side. Like, okay, you'll lose the knife, but on T-side, if you can pick up that pistol, and if your opponents are willing to gamble a little bit, you can get rounds early on in the half. Once your opponents, however, develop an economy, that's when life starts to get very difficult for you, and that's when you feel really sad, because that's what we saw throughout the rest of that half. After NaVi's gamble, you know, they managed to get their feet under him again, and then they were never able to, Penta were never able to knock him over. So there you have it, essentially. A gamble from NaVi allowed for Penta pretty much to get another round, because we could have looked at 11-4 here.
Yeah, which would have been a really good score. Dennis, hyper aggression to take down Zeus. He continues shooting even after he exits the hut. Just a little bit nervous, maybe. That's a great opening kill and some really annoying aggression for NaVi, who were just trying to set up inside that hut, hoping to be able to get the timing down right. And I think they're waiting for Seized outside to make some noise and maybe open up so that so that Penta will rotate around a bit. But now the whole plan is like a little bit awkward. Look at Speedy. Oh, great headshots here. German players playing so well today. They're going to take down Edward and control the bomb.
And C's making noise on the upper side as well. So now Penta have an idea of where he's coming from. They're going to be able to set up. Crystal already rotating into Hell. Strux taking a better position. They've got the fresh smoke to block off this entrance. So it's all going to be down to C's now to try and sneak his way through. And he has made a pass, but Strux has spotted him. And Strux will pick up a frag for himself in this round. But that was just some magnificent pistol work there from Spitty. 2 clicks, 2 headshots, and NaVi's push just obliterated. And unfortunately for NaVi, I missed that, whether Zeus had a nade on him or not, because the one nade there from C's, the smoke out in the yard, it really felt kind of ineffective in the end. Like, okay, there's one guy running past, but then Strux just like looks and then he's like, okay, nobody else is coming. Great, this is going to happen on another part of the map.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm not sure what was happening there, but it's right. There was only the one smoke out there, so a little bit weird. NaVi trying to get the charge inside. Edward taking a long time with the Tech 9. Actually, that bought enough time for everyone else to join up here. Next, getting a double kill, and Guardian getting a shot to the legs with the FAMAS, so he's going to end up going down. Penta only losing one man. And this is at 7-10, and I would say at this point, Penta are quite heavily favored to win it. Even with a 3-round deficit, this is looking pretty good for them.
Oh yeah, they're pretty far ahead at this point. Now they can really just do whatever. I mean, look at Nex, for shame. Nex, you know, using a P90 and using it very effectively in that round, holding Cat. So, I mean, Crystal, he's got that Nova. That makes you think AWP. That makes you think he wants to get the money fast. He can hold up close with these angles, perhaps, you know, play and ramp as we can see here, you know, hold right around. And with that shotgun, he can pick up bank if they decide to rush through there.
It's much worse than you think, Samuel. He's got the P90 and he's stolen a Tech 9. So he's just got, like, so many bullets to try and take care of whatever happens. And they're all unarmored targets as well, which is going to make it even worse right now. Strux being caught in a weird position, but the grenade here... Oh, wow. NaVi grouping up to try and catch that grenade, which is definitely not the best move that they could have done. Starrick's going to go down, and Strux will pick up a couple of eco frags here. And look at the Tech 9. Instantly just happy to keep on fighting. So good. Oh, no, Guardian, no! That was never going to happen. He could have killed, I think, Speedy or Struxy then. But ends up trying to knife someone instead. No.
Oh, Guardian. He gets that. That's like the difference between him having an off this round or not, though, right? If he just gets lucky and they hesitate for a half a second, he gets that bonus 1500 and he's got his AWP this round. Instead, now he has to go for just the 8K and a couple nades. So not going to be as much fun for Guardian. You know, he wasn't just going for like the chance knife, guys. There was some method to the madness, but it didn't really pan out this time.
10-8, Speedy being discovered down by T-Red and also being grenaded quite low down. And look at this, NaVi, they smell blood. They can feel the weakness out here. They're going to go for it. Oh, Nex gets the shot on Edward. Such a good angle. Round of applause here. Standing ovation, I'd say. NaVi, they end up being a man down. That's such a dirty wallbang as well. And there's so many of them on Nuke that it's actually a real surprise we haven't seen more of it in Global Offensive, because even though it's nowhere near what it was in 1.6, it's still pretty great. Crystal, the P90 Semler gets put into use. So
dirty, man. Just so dirty. And he can hold up close like that. You know, you come through that smoke, that should be a freebie, right? But Guardian is going to be the last man alive here. 1v4, but Spitty and Crystal have taken tremendous amounts of damage, and there you go. Guardian, he punishes Crystal for using that P90. Oh, and he gets the second one on a Dennis. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Now he can walk in here. He takes out Nex as well, and this is possible. Guardian, 1v4 clutch? Maybe. He's down to 13 HP. They're both so very low. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Not just is he maybe doing this, but he's doing it with the most cool manner I've ever seen, even for Guardian. Speedy in the vents here, gonna throw out one grenade. Guardian still waiting. 7 seconds now. Guardian has to hold it, otherwise he's gonna lose the round. Speedy walking out, and Guardian goes down. The ace is gonna be denied. The ace clutch. It's so rare, but it almost happened. The first kill that Guardian got when he was in the vents was probably like the creepiest. Like, he was like the window stalker. He was standing and looking through the blinds. And only when the Penta players sort of realized, you know, he was feeling watched, Semler. He was feeling like, you know, someone's watching him, you know, just coming out of the showers, and he's like, what? And then he got a headshot, and then he just kept going. I don't know what happened. It was insane. Man, I love watching Guardian play. Yeah, that was just so sick. I love that it was almost Guardian doing that as well, because it's like you remember Existence versus NaVi and his 1v5. Yeah. Things that should never happen, right? But somehow these players, that's what it's all about for them. Seized will be the only man to pick up a frag this round for Penta. So a little bit of economic damage done. Strux, however, holding on to the essentials. He's got that Scar 20. That's the expensive rifle that they want to make sure that they keep control of Penta. So it's not the end of the world. What could be the end of the world is that Guardian has now got that AWP. And we saw that Penta didn't really have an answer for it in the first half. Whenever Guardian would walk around with that gun, he would just lay waste. Now, are they going to be able to get something going? Can they actually shut his opping down? Oh yeah, that's the big question. Starrick's already being pushed in the radio room, gonna have to try and fall back just a little bit. Zeus is here as well, and pretty aggressive move from Penta early on, just taking control of that and denying it to NaVi. That's kind of cool. I mean, if they could... Oh, and look at this. Here's a mind game. They fall back and put up a smoke. Starrick's will still check because Crystal is here, and
That smoke was meant to be an indication to NaVi that nothing is going on. All right, we've pushed. Now we're falling back and smoking and just leaving you guys be. But obviously they weren't. So still a good job from Styrish to peek, but he didn't get the kill.
Yeah, and outside in the yard, Guardian does manage to find Spitty, who had that Scar 20. But Guardian just made it look so casual, just walking around T-Red. He's like, oh, I just lost my teammate. Hold on, maybe I should go take care of that. And he just like peeks around the corner and takes Spitty out. Guardian making that AWP look very efficient right now. And I do like the fact that they're heading over to ramp as well. They could use Guardian to take point. He's going to be the one scoped up, looking around these corners. If anybody's lurking around here, I mean, with Guardian on point and hitting shots, there aren't a whole lot of people that can go toe-to-toe with him in terms of reaction time.
No, definitely not. But I think the key thing here is getting the bomb plant. They actually have a lot of equipment for it. They have so many Molotovs and smokes and everything else to try and do this. So there we go, smoking off third. They gotta be careful about Crystal. He goes down. Crystal a bit too early with getting out of Squeak then. Or, sorry, out of Toxic. I feel like he could have actually been in there. Oh, next he gets the angle, and that's gonna end the round. So much effort put into NaVi, but now they can't win it any longer. Sue's gonna get the kill, and Dennis gonna be grinning as the time runs out. That was all Nex. Oh, sorry, no. Who was it? Was it Speedy who got the kill there? It wasn't Nex, because he ended up with no kills. I thought it was him. I think it was Speedy who got it at the end. That's basically a game-winning spray, or a round-winning spray at least.
Well, yeah, when there's 10 seconds left, right, and both of your guys are still waiting up at ramp, that's a problem. What's even crazier is that Zeus, despite not getting a round loss bonus because they lived through the round, he still hunts for frags. He's so pissed off at Penta. He's like, I'm coming for you, and he doesn't let any of them live. Even if he dies, though, you know, he's not going to get any money, so they still managed to piece together a buy here. NaVi, Guardian holding onto his AWP from the last round, Zeus with his AK. The rest of them just barely able to pick stuff up. And Penta, they're going to tap into that bank, but Penta should be feeling very good about how things are going right now in the second half. They've got, I mean, as far as they're concerned, they just pulled off a sick round.
Very, very good round, yeah. NaVi, or sorry, Guardian already down to 17 health here, so that's unfortunate. They also lost Seized outside, which means now it's going to be really rough for them to make an entrance. I mean, the thing is, Penta don't have a lot of money, and NaVi don't either, so whoever loses this round is going to be forced to eco. And if you're NaVi right now, you can't do that. That's going to give Penta such a big boost in the way of winning this. And look at where they've got Crystal. Oh no, he falls down. I mean, he jumps down, but he was actually being run boosted up there. You can keep people up there. Grenade in, and look at that. Takes out Guardian, but also leaves Zeus and Starix on half health, essentially. That's such a good grenade.
Yeah, that's the touchdown grenade, right? The Kobe grenade. And look at Crystal now in position, lower ramp, catches Starks, checking the angle. He goes for another one, but Spitty is there to make sure that Zeus goes down as well. It's down to Edward now, 1v4, looking to pull his Guardian impression, but Dennis, he wasn't laughing the first time. He's certainly not going to let it happen again. Nothing magical coming out of Edward that time around. And Penta, they get to their 12th round, and no bomb plant for NaVi. And I was wondering if they were just going to go for the force, and it looks like they will. Guardian had 4750 on the nose, just enough to pick up the AWP, and he's going to go for the glass cannon.
Yeah, this is looking increasingly good for the Penta team, as they've got a 2-round lead. They're on the more favored side, and NaVi, well, they've just managed to make this buy connect, but it really don't have a lot of money left. Struck's outside, gonna take the fight with Guardian. He's very low on health. Grenade follow-up. Guardian gets the kill and makes it out of there with 16 health. Really close. And they have the man advantage though, NaVi, so that fight was worth it at the end.
I'm amazed that Edward lived there as well. He just jumped down from silo onto main, and that could have been a free kill. And instead, they're going to focus on ramp instead. They expect the follow-up to come through from here. Penta, a bit of a misread from them, actually. This might end up costing them. They're going to have to rotate back around. Spitty on the lower side, at least, and getting into position in window room. So this much I like. This I like. But NaVi, they're still out in the wind right now. Penta, they aren't quite in position to deal with this.
Oh, but Penta, I mean, they're saying at some point, one point or other, you're going to have to get close to a bomb site. If it's B, we've got Speedy. If it's A, we've got Nex. Crystal, out looking for information, trying to see if they can figure out where it's going to be before it happens. The one weak point here is if NaVi boost outside, but if they go in main, which they are, Nex is going to be there to catch them, and I think this is going to be really tough for NaVi. There's the one kill, almost a double for Nex, and backup is coming really quick. Crystal going to join up here. This is looking so good, and Edward going to come in a little bit too late. This fight essentially happened in reverse for NaVi. If they had got Edward in from heaven early to kill Nex, and then the rest had gone in from main, that would have been great. But they did it reverse, and maybe they couldn't know, but that was definitely the wrong way of going about it. NaVi, they're going to buy once again here, and this buy, I don't know. It's hard to question because they're really far behind, but at the same time, they got no grenades. How the hell do you play Nuke with no grenades at all on T side, NaVi? Right. I don't know.
All right. I mean, yeah, exactly. The Strux has got the AWP out in yard right now. Lights up the first man around the corner. Guardian is down. Strux still here with 98 HP. So not a whole lot that NaVi can do apart from hitting like a run and gun headshot. That's all they can hope to do right now. Strux picks off a second man, goes for the third, picks off Seized from top of silo, and it's going to be Zeus alone now pushing into ramp. But Crystal, think he spotted the boot. He did. And a perfect hold coming in for Penta. And this is the problem. That risk buy, this is actually like all of Nuke for them. At the beginning of the first half, NaVi took a risky buy trying to keep the pressure up on Penta, and that ended up costing them. Here, once again, they're taking risks, and look at what this leaves them with. You know, just Galil's and a Tech 9 on Zeus, trying to keep Penta off a map point.
Yeah, I don't know about that buy. That was just a really questionable idea for NaVi. To make that work, you'd have to just try and rush somewhere and get like the perfect entry frag, but even that's going to be rough. NaVi, a lot of speed outside here. They're 2 rounds down, and Dennis going to open up with a good spray connecting onto Seized, and Strux on the high ground. Speedy down here as well. No one really connecting through the smoke, although they will do some damage at the end there to Edward. And Dennis, he could get overrun here. He's going to pick up a kill for Flashbang, working so well. Dennis with a triple before he falls. Way too much out of that round here for Dennis.
Yeah, not a whole lot that Edward can hope to do in this scenario. That just turned into a blender, basically. Dennis, man, he just lit them up. And now Penta, they have this pretty much in the bag. Monstrous cash on their side. NaVi, once again, just going to go for the force. And I'm checking the results as well as far as the group standings here. NaVi up to 5 wins now, so they're 3rd place. They've got a spot at the LAN. If they can somehow take it 5 rounds in a row and then go to overtime, right? But losing this one might drop them out of that standing, so it's going to get fairly tricky here. That'll put them up at 5-5 and leave them around the mid of the pack. Penta, however, they desperately need this win, so it is good to see them off to a good start here.
Ooh, Zeus with the opening, Crystal with the auto sniper though to take down Starix. So it is a 4v4. Strux outside, all the way back, playing position that Get Right often does. Gonna take down that first kill. He will fall, but they did a lot of damage to Seized in the meantime. And Speedy is all the way in the back here. Molotov out. Shouldn't be a kill on anybody, though Seized very nearly walked in and killed himself on it. Speedy with the 1, and now it's all on Crystal. He wins that fight. Oh no! And now Seized has a tough job on his hands here. Grenade out once, and he goes